Fun fact number 155. Good morning. Yeah, you can tell, like, some of my last ones I've done at night because things are hopping around here socially, and I am interviewing a lot, so keep your fingers crossed. But fun fact number 155 is trying to help promote a friend. He's dropped an album. His band has dropped an album, and he has several songs that I like, and some are a little too, but the first time I met him, was 2 years ago, probably exactly 2 years ago, almost. It was in October, about 2 years ago. Excuse me. Going to a high school reunion and, back where I grew up, and, a lot of stuff happened at that time. I showed up. I was gonna spend the first night at my parents' and the second night at the hotel because the main party was the second night, and the first night was just like, let's just meet for dinner at the hotel. So I showed up. I showed up at my parents' house, and when I got there, my dad wasn't there. He had had a stroke and was in the hospital. And I'm like, Mom, do you want? She was like distraught. I was like, do you want me to stay with you? Um, and she's like, no, you paid for your high school reunion and you came down for this, and that's why you came down. I want you to go. So I ended up being late for the dinner, and I didn't know if people were still going to be there. And I wasn't really hungry. I just wanted to go for drinks, so that was okay. So I ended up driving to the place, and there were people standing outside, and I thought, well, they might be, excuse me again, know something about the reunion. And no, I'm not sick. It's just sinuses. I just brushed my teeth. It's weird. But yeah, I pulled in, I'm like, where do I park? And I pulled over to these guys, and this one guy had like these two husky dogs that were so beautiful, and they were just standing, him, Tom, and his friend were standing outside the truck, and I'm like, hey, are you guys part of the reunion? Do you know what's going on? Do you know where I could park? I'm late. My dad just had a stroke, I'm just like, uh. And I just drove all the way from where I live now to there, and it was a lot going on, and I just needed to drink and just to relax. And then honestly, I think most of the people in my high school graduating class really didn't know I existed. If they did, they never said anything. I did a lot in high school, but I never I don't know if I was popular really, because I don't think I was. Um, I really felt invisible and like people didn't know me. Some people remembered me, but most people, I don't know. Some of them didn't. So I just went in and I saw a few people and they didn't recognize me and they couldn't think of who I was, but I knew who everybody was because that's me. And that was fun. And then I start the guys that I met in the parking lot, they said they were there to play, and it was Thomas by himself and his guitar and his friends and his wife and everything, and Layla. And I went, and he was playing for the reunion basically on the other side of this pool, and we were outside. And he started singing Creep. And I had just learned Creep, and I really like the song, and it's one of my go to karaoke songs if you don't know. And so I started singing with him and dancing and stuff. And he loved it, and I got to know him and his friends a little bit. But I also was in the high school reunion talking to them, and this one guy he goes, well, who were you? What's your name? Who you were in high school? And I said, I was invisible. And he goes, well, you're not invisible now, honey. And I'm like, yeah, it only took like 500 years to not be invisible. But here I am, not being invisible again. Thomas Delisle, and his band is called SunHunter, and I got a bumper sticker on the back of my car that says SunHunter. I've downloaded some of his songs that I really like. He has originals and he also does covers, but the band is SunHunter, and it comes in different variations like some bands do. But they dropped an album recently, and he's been getting a lot more gigs. I wish he would come my way so I could actually go to a gig after 2 years not going. I think the November after I went up, or maybe no, I think it was November, and It might have been Christmas. I don't know. That's the last time I saw him about 2 years ago. So I feel really bad, and I've been trying to make it back up there, but job and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to give you a short clip of one of their songs on their album that's new. Support SunHunter, buy their album. You know, I don't have any money. So I'm just trying to be supportive the way I can, just like I was with Yvonne. This is for Thomas and SunHunter. And I love Echo. Yeah. Calling out your name just to hear it echo. Love that one. But this one's one of their newer ones, and I really like it. I'm gonna drop part of it after I stop talking. SunHunter, and it's called Keys to the Kingdom. Ciao, Bellas.